Wait a minute, the color scheme is not working for the video that we're going to be doing today. Give me 1 second. Yes, this color is better. But g'day bodgies and widgies and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a care guide video and it's been so long since we've actually done one of these videos on the channel, but the fish we're actually looking at is located in my 4-foot planted aquarium, which is behind me, and a lot of you may not have actually seen this aquarium just yet. So if you want to get like an update video on it or see what this aquarium is all about, then please do let me know in the comment section down below. But the fish we're looking at today is very similar to this color scheme of this shirt, and before we have a look at what it is, let's pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land that I'm filming on, the land that you're watching this video on, and all the amazing people that are currently managing our society, like our councils, park rangers, police, everyone amazing like that. So a huge thank you to them and a massive thank you to you. Without further ado, let's get into this care guide.
Right, so when it comes to a colourful fish in the aquarium, it doesn't get better than the cherry barb. Just like all barbs, the cherry barb is a member of the Cyprinidae species, meaning that it is closely related to fish like tiger barbs, goldfish, and torpedo barbs, which you guys will know are one of my personal favourite barbs. However, I would easily say that this has got to be the best species of commonly available barb in the aquarium industry for multiple reasons, and I've got to say it's kind of become my favourite, quite possibly overtaking the torpedo barb or the roseline shark. The cherry barb is found in the calm, densely vegetated rivers of Sri Lanka, which makes it a really unique species to get a hold of. And I love this species so much that I actually ended up getting a giant school of 40 for my 4-foot planted aquarium, and I love the way that they look. The main reason that I say the cherry barb has got to be one of the best barbs or small aquarium fish, I guess, is because of its colour and growth. It's the perfect common fish-like body shape. It maxes out at around about 5 centimeters and it gets to a phenomenal blood red colour. When you originally go to buy cherry barbs, however, they can actually be a little bit underwhelming because they're sold at around about 2 centimeters in size, a bit too small for a lot of people, and they're usually this sort of weird, coppery, washed out color, but give them around about 4 to 5 months in the aquarium and watch how amazing they become. You won't be disappointed. The females, just like a lot of aquarium fish, they don't get as colorful as the males, but I personally think that they have great colors in their equal right, with a really bright sort of orange body and what I would say is sort of like a copper, burgundy, or like dark red lateral line, which is the sort of line that goes horizontal in a lot of fish. But the males is really where this fish shines. The males have this sort of like really deep metallic red throughout their body. I really don't know how to kind of explain it because in one aspect when you look at it, it's this sort of bright, fluoro, eye-catching red, but at other times it's this very deep, dark, sort of rich color. And it's almost like the creator of this fish was just like up the saturation by 100 and release it into the water. It's a phenomenal species, and this sort of deep dark red goes throughout their entire body, which is very different to a lot of fish which might just have a little highlight of red, much like the neon tetra. Whereas the cherry barb, on the other hand, has got this deep red throughout the entire body, and it makes them one of the best fish for planted tanks because they contrast so amazingly against the plants. Okay, so cherry barbs get even better, and you'll see the excitement that I have for these fish because they're a great nano, and I'd even go as far as saying that they're a great beginner fish as well. They can be kept in aquariums as little as 10 gallons, and they're perfect for small desktop style aquariums, but also large community tanks as well. I found that they're a fairly active species. Sure, they're not as active as something like a rummy-nosed tetra or a roseline shark, and these species are also very tight schoolers. Whereas the cherry barb, I wouldn't say is really that good of a schooling fish. It's more of what you would call a shoaling fish, meaning that it will definitely appreciate members of its kind, being other cherry barbs, obviously, but it's not going to tightly school up with them. It's sort of going to hang around in this sort of big pack with them. because it's got no real threats in an aquarium for it to be tightly schooling. So, but they're a great sort of fish to add into an aquarium to really fill the mid to bottom section, and they just add a lot of color and life to an aquarium. When we look at sort of aggression or anything of that sort, in no way have I found them to be aggressive in any way, shape or form, and I haven't also seen them to be fin nippers either. This is something that's commonly associated with a lot of barbs. At times, I will say that barbs can be mislabeled as fin nippers. The cherry barb has not been a fin nipper in any way, shape or form. There is a little bit of sparring behavior that happens between males. That happens for like a second, you'll barely notice it. And there's an occasional chasing of females that the males do. Typical breeding behavior. It's not going to harm anything in any way at all either. So they're a really, really great fish. They're your perfect tropical fish. Keep them in temperatures between 24 to 28 degrees, I'd go as far as saying. And for the pH, definitely keep them in like something between 6.5 to 7. It's your typical sort of run-of-the-mill tap water level pH. That's why they're a great beginner fish. When you actually keep them in an aquarium though, I will suggest to put them in a really densely planted tank, because firstly this will keep them secure, and also when these fish potentially breed, and trust me, it will happen, and it has happened in my aquarium, it ensures that the fry have a chance to survive. And for the substrate, again, not picky at all, but definitely keep them in a dark substrate, because it makes them look so much better. And they're perfect with any sort of tank mates like tetras, barbs, gouramis, and just your basic run-of-the-mill community aquarium fish. But seriously, these guys are amazing. Again, cherry barbs are a perfect fish when it comes to feeding, because cherry barbs, there's nothing really special you need to keep into consideration. I'd say just feed them a good quality flake or nano pellet, and preferably something that sinks. I say nano pellet because these guys have really small mouths, and I feed them extreme nano fry pellets, some tropical tetracolor, aquapix flakes, and frozen foods every now and then. Cherry barbs are also really good algivores as well. So if you have any sort of really small green string algae, stuff that grows on driftwood, put in a handful of cherry barbs and they will graze on it like there's no tomorrow. So they're a really, really great fish that is beneficial to the aquarium, but all around really easy to feed. And finally, it comes to buying cherry barbs. And this is the only one that's a bit hit or miss, especially in my area, because cherry barbs, I'll admit, are a bit weird in terms of availability. Sometimes I've found them to be in the stock in plenty, but then other times they're basically impossible to find. I think the reason for this is because when they're sold, like I said before, they are generally really small and have very little color as well. So it may not be a fast selling fish, meaning not exactly the best profits to keep long term. However, they're seriously underrated, and I think they're underrated worldwide. So please, this is one thing that you should let me know in the comments section down below, is if you find them regularly where you live, let me know, and what country you're from, because I want to see the availability of these guys. But most proper aquarium stores that that have like a good wholesale order, or that can get a good variety of fish, should be able to order these guys in. But the most reliable source I've found, especially in Australia, is online. I got my 40 cherry barbs from livefish.com.au, and every single one I've gotten from them has been super healthy. Of the 40 I've bought, I haven't lost a single one from them. I didn't lose them in shipping till now, and they're all doing great. But seriously, if you have the chance to buy these guys for your planted aquarium or community tank, do it. They are amazing.
Alrighty, so I really hope you enjoyed that care guide on the cherry barb, and I'm not kidding, this probably has to be my favorite nano aquarium fish at this point. I know that it is always changing because I find something that's really amazing, but for the time being, the cherry barb definitely is on the top of that podium. Like I said, to summarize, it's a beautifully colored fish, stays small, is perfect for beginners, and ticks all of those boxes of being an amazing fish. So if you enjoy this care guide and you want to see more care guides similar to this, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I love the support that each and every single one of you give me, and I want to say a huge welcome to all the new people that are here on this channel after watching my saltwater aquarium video. There's going to be way more saltwater videos coming out over the next few weeks, and I cannot wait to bring you along for the journey. But a huge thank you for watching, and as always, stay happy, stay safe, stay Aussie Australian. Bodgie out.